Matching hundreds. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Here we go. 180. Check 55 to Mike. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and 12, Wentz, and the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Prescott to throw it. Complete to Jason Witten. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Alvin Kamara, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The numbers for Howard a week ago, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun. Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. 3rd and long for Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. Wentz now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas, en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders. And Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. On 1st down, Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Howard. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well as... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. From the 35 on second down, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath, the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start this.
On springs free, Montgomery loses it. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Wentz now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to bury him for a loss of 11. To try again after the sack. Prescott, he's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Final play of the half. Prescott trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A quick throw here out to Cobb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
We got 6.
Alvin Kamara, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Wentz now on first down. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Wentz to throw again. And that's complete to Sanders.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw again on second down. Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. From the gun, it's Wentz. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First down, Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On third down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's Kamara off the draw. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. They'll run it with Kamara. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Prescott now. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up.
Dashing through the snow. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense. Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. Intended that time for Cooper. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ty Montgomery hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Nigel Bradham brings him down. Play action now. Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. Prescott now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. They'll run. This is Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They run it again with Kamara. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? And the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's got this down to the 35. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Short throw, pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field and following the pick-6. And they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jannard Avery picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Prescott. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Wentz to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Cooper was the intended target. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that takes us from second to third down. The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Eagles, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched